On the Dog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people. We got some cool updates from the solver to walk through. Really excited about this, particularly pertaining to our BR games for this week. We're going to do the definitive preview, the walkthrough of the NFL slate for week 4. Week 4 already. That's kind of weird to say there. Guys are out here panic dropping Travis Kelce in my home leagues, Nez. It's crazy times in the football streets. Yesterday, multi-sport draft leads. If you guys want to get in the Best Puck Classic streets, I thought that was a really good show yesterday with Fake Moods. Very good stuff there. And then the baseball, man, little one home run away on the pick'em and a 1v1 away on the stream draft from shipping the damn thing. Shout out to Vindy P for big leaderboard scoop last night.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, you were out here super busy yesterday for the multi-sport guys. Sounds like you had yourself a day. I was taking Mello to appointments, running some errands here. You may have seen young Mello on stream with the plastic headband on. He's graduated. He's free. Get to see his stinky little head again. So he's all squared away. Not quite literally, but he's good to go.
Squared away was the wrong word choice in that instance.
Yeah.
No, he's freed. He's freed of the Guardian cap and concussion protocol here.
No, he's clear. Yeah, no more Guardian cap. He's good to go. He looks like a different baby now. It's crazy.
Oh man, good stuff, dude. Let's talk about the solver update. I want to hit on right off the top here because I think it's really, really cool. But I am looking in the chat right now, and I'm seeing one of our oldest members here that I did not give any love on the show yesterday because it was a multi-sport show. He took down the Primetime Palooza, Primetime King out here. Shout out to Nick, man. He had a good win early on in the season last year in the Primetime Palooza streets as well. I think it was like a 20-dimer or something when I was going back through there. So love to see him get back here for like a 10K-ish win here. The Scata boys are mounting up in a big way.
Yeah, no, this is a huge win for our guy Nick. He did chop, but it's still a first. It's still a first. But
I'm not going to hold that against him.
Just a crazy Monday night game, man, that has real big implications, for obviously that slate Nick was already winning, but for the upcoming slate, the concluding Thursday night football game, I mean, it just made Mark Andrews just so incredibly optimal. So I'm currently rooting for a 3-touchdown Elijah Arroyo game. So that's nice. I think the odds might be in my favor. I don't know.
Oh, that's good shit. Yeah, I mean, I could have done without that Mark Andrews score on the final drive when they're up by 2 scores and they're playing the prevent full sag back defense and just let them run it in from 20 yards out. Could have done without that one because I had a lot of David Montgomery and a lot of Gibbs. I think David Montgomery was my highest owned on the slate, so I was really happy about that. Mark Andrews is my highest owned tight end. The problem is it's only like 28%. The other ones were like 40s and 50s that were actually of the stand variety there. But who knows? Little magic from Torrey Horton on Thursday Night Football there, and your boy might find some magic in the DeBalm streets, but we'll see. Wanted to hit on that off the top there, Nez, and then really wanted to hit on the solver. You guys can see I'm in a different view than I normally am. I'm in the window view right now because I wanted to show you guys from the jump. We literally just got word of this about an hour ago. Nez was messing around with it. I updated mine, and now I'm going to do it in real time to show everybody that if an idiot like me can even do it, that you guys too can do it. So first and foremost, Nez, really cool update from the solver here for analyzing your teams.
Yeah. I think we should just go ahead and show them like how awesome it is and the different ways you can use this to look at completed teams and in a really fun way to sweat your live teams as well.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool. So first and foremost, guys, if you do not have the solver draft assistant, here you guys go. Link in the chat below there. It's an incredible price point for such a valuable tool. I use it for all my PC-based drafting in the daily streets here. It is going to work with NBA as well in the future here. So really looking forward to that. Okay, Nez, the first thing you guys are going to do is once this is installed, you click on over here, and this is what the solver normally looks like. This is the interface on the right-hand side. You see this Analyze Teams button here. This might not appear for you right away. You got to update the extension. I had to update the extension. It's super simple. You literally just hit this little hamburger menu in the top right-hand corner, the 3 dots. You literally hit extensions. You go manage extensions. This pops up for you. You click this developer mode in the top right corner, and then you click update on the left there. Pretty straightforward. Just wanted to make it super clear that once you do that, then you refresh your browser. The solver will be completely updated, and you'll get this new Analyze Teams function. So in this Analyze Teams function, I have not done it yet. There's a little drop-down menu that tells you how to sync your teams, and there's step-by-step photos to go through and how you sync them. One thing that's really cool about this is we've talked about it for years, that there's a lag on the Underdog side for your exposure updates. This kind of bypasses that, and you can sync every single draft after every single draft in which you've completed, and you can have your exposures immediately. You don't have to wait that 1 hour, 45-minute buffer window to see your exposures.
Yeah, super clutch. I've already been playing around with it this morning. It's really easy.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the platform here. You guys will see now we're going to try and grab my completed teams. I've done 10 teams already. We're going to go to my completed here. You guys can see I've done 10 battle royales on the week, and then I'm just going to go ahead and hit the sync button, and now you can see right here on the right-hand side that my slate has appeared. And now from there, you can see I've spent my $70 entry fees. I can click on it, and I can mess around with the team exposures, the game exposures, my player combos, my drafted players, all in this side menu. I can see my exposures to given players there. I'll give this a couple zooms and see. Do you know how to zoom on an?
You can't. I had that conversation with them.
Okay.
It is what it is. If you expand, you can expand the size of the pop out though, so you can see more columns at least. But the size of the text is what it is.
Yeah, that's fine as long as you can pull it out like this. I just didn't even realize I could do that because I'm so green. Yeah. So then you guys could see all this sort of stuff. And then Nez, you can explain to people that like what we can do in contest, like when we're live sweating, what we can do.
Well, yeah. Are you in any PTPs?
Yes, I am. We could do it with the PTPs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
okay,
go to live.
Yep.
And then just click on like the main.
Sure. Oh, that was the
bomb. Yeah.
Sure. Sorry. Here, let's go back and click on the main for everybody there. And then we could sync up the PTP right there.
Yep.
We come back here, change the slates. You hit the back. There we go. Boom.
So yeah, it is small on a screen share, but like if you noticed the columns change, so there's like this leverage column, drafted percentage, and exposure. And if you like really just want to get a really quick view of what your rooting interests are, you can click that leverage column, and then it'll sort by leverage, which is essentially, a formula of your drafted percentage versus your exposure percentage versus overall drafted percentage that it pulls. And then that way, like you can see who you're rooting for or really rooting against too. If you do the other way, then you can see like your rooting interest there.
We're team Elijah Higgins and Charlie Cole are directionally accurate with some design touches there and had some couple receptions. We got some Zay Jones leverage. We had the Gibbs over Henry stand, so we were interested in that one for sure. David Montgomery was up there for us. So yeah, just super cool stuff. You guys can mess around with it. You can search by the slate specific. So I could have synced the DeBomb one. I could sync the other one, and then I can still bounce between the contests, even though it is the exact same slate there. You could filter by position, all that good stuff. You can search for designated like players, that sort of thing. You can also filter your lineups by players. It's just, man, it's unbelievable what you can do in terms of combo mapping. Like, this is the next wave.
Yeah. This is super, super awesome. They knocked this out the park. Super clean, really easy to use. Shout out Solver, man. This is invaluable, especially for someone like me doing, the dog bowl, venture. It's important to microanalyze teams, and I wasn't going to put a whole lot of effort into it, but this is like so easy to do now that like there's just like no excuse to not, get micro with this stuff, given how easy it is to use. So yeah, love this. This is a huge update. And it's, same price point, nothing's changed. They just made it more valuable.
Right. Yeah. 100%. I like this point from Jump Free. It's like, this was the missing piece and boom, here it is, man. This is the thing that we've loved working in tandem with the Solver guys, is just like, man, they just keep leveling up. They're asking for feedback. Okay, next, what's next? What's missing in the games? What's missing in, we had a conversation about how there's a Q tag player. It always pushes to the top of the suggestion menu. Now that's getting ironed out right now. Like, there's just so much stuff that they're working on behind the scenes, and they're really taking the feedback in and making this stuff great. I love it, man.
Yeah, and like you said, like after every single draft, really easy to use. I'm a huge fan of that sweat tool. Being able to look at that stuff in real time, know what your leverage is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. We're gonna draft alongside that in a hot second. There, Nez, wanted to give that some time there because I think it's a really cool update. I'm gonna get out of this view, close this stuff out, and get back to simply the platform. Give me a half second here. Nez, kind of macro of where you're at right now in the landscape of your drafting. Are you, heavy in the streets already? I know you like to get those dog bowls in early. Where are you at in your process for this week?
I think I'm at 35 dog bowls, maybe more. Right now, and it's not necessarily because I think that there's a big advantage to get in dog bowls before all the props and the projections come out. It's really just because you have to if you want to get volume in, because the dog bowl closes so fast, it fills so early. Maybe with the larger BR, it can kind of hold off on filling so fast, but I'm not sure that it'll matter. So, just gotta play the game different given the fill rate. So I'm blasting off, like I said, 35 in so far. And I gotta say, it's a little tough to navigate this week, especially from a 12-person standpoint.
Yeah, I feel similarly to you with the 12 person mindset for sure. I actually haven't been in the streets yet for the 12s, but I was looking through, the ADP and the changes and stuff. It's a really interesting slate on the macro because it feels really strong at quarterback and it feels really strong at running back, and then it feels there's one tight end, and then it's kind of do whatever you want, and it feels really like ambiguous at the wide receiver position outside of Puka kind of being a first round pick.
Yeah, no, very well said, man. That's the TLDR, and so you kind of, but you're forced to make these decisions on the clock and kind of and find the good plays. And I'm definitely gravitating towards a pretty concentrated group of players at the moment, but I'm trying to expand my horizons there and not be so concentrated, even though the victory lap with nothing to show for it. I said last week last show, those 2 slates in a row. Every slate, I think I've gotten the QB1 correct. And Daniel Jones, because I kind of forgot about Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Caleb Williams and Jared Goff. So I'm really trying to not get overconfident in my takes and just understand, like, okay, I've been pretty correct so far, but I've also not been overly concentrated either. Maybe that's a flaw that I'm missing because I've been correct, but no, I'm not going to get too over concentrated in dog bowl if I can help it.
Who who is the QB1 this week, Nez? I think we just need the answer now, dude.
QB1 this week, I'm definitely struggling with who that could be. I'm drafting as though it's Caleb Williams, but I'm definitely up in the air with it because, we've got Josh Allen as 16.5-point favorites. I mean, I probably don't want to overthink that. I think the ADP is fine. And then you have Lamar off of a very strange primetime performance. Really kind of expected a better performance out of him. And maybe it's time to adjust the Lions priors as opposed to panicking on the Ravens offense because of one bad game. I'm not panicking, but the Lamar game would look a lot worse. And I think he'd be going a lot later if he didn't have that garbage time touchdown. I think that kind of made him more, but it's still Lamar.
They did also have 2 turnover on downs in the red zone there too. So like that could have broken considerably different multiple times throughout that contest. But the garbage time touchdown that just chunked on an extra 8 fantasy points or 9 fantasy points definitely sticks out like a sore thumb. I do want to hit on this for 1 second, just because we were talking Dog Bowl, we were talking about how it's kind of like buried in the back there. Line of scrimmage saying brutal week for the Dog Bowl. Get ready to learn 8-game slates coming up once we got buys and international games and all this stuff. Like we got 2 Monday night games and an international game this week, but we don't have any buys yet. We're gonna be dealing with slates with like 8 gamers, 9 gamers in the future. It's gonna get ugly out there, but I just wanted to hit on this because this was a conversation that we had behind closed doors over the weekend there that I just voiced a little feedback on that I wanted to share with people. I think the Dog Bowl is considerably different than any other contest on the platform, where it's the onus is on the player to do their due diligence to get in there. The difference in like satellites to other contests or satellites to live finals, in my opinion, is like the site doesn't have to size for it. You have to adjust as a player that like, hey, Dog Bowls are filling early. I have to get in earlier if I want to get my volume in. With like the Battle Royale, with the DeBomb, with stuff like that, if it's filling like on a Friday, well, that's the site's problem to be like, hey, no, we're sizing these incorrectly. The Dog Bowl is a finite amount of seats, and if the demand over succeeds like, what's available, well, that's the player's issue, not the site's issue. So I just wanted to share that with people that like the Dog Bowl is not going to change in structure. Like just keep.
Well, no, the structure is not going to change. But I think if you have 3 weeks of data, knowing that the demand for Dog Bowl is like massively increased from last year, you can release it later than other contests and fill it and be fine if that's what they want to do.
Right.
That's totally fine. It's really just like their call. But like you can confidently say that Dog Bowl is filling, like whether it's released on Monday or Tuesday, it's filling. Whether it's a problem in their eyes is like a different story. I'm not saying that they need to do that. I'm just, just simply saying like the data is there. It's right. The demand is strong for Dog Bowl, but I don't blame Underdog for not doing anything about it. Like that's a great thing for the company side. As a player, I would love this to be open on Saturday. As a content creator, I would love for this to be open on Friday nights when I do my late night streams, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Neds, let's go into the game by game specifics. I think we did a good overview in terms of the positional breakdown of kind of like what's moving this slate. Some interesting games, man. Like we're in week 4. We have what we think is actionable data on the first 3 weeks with like certain teams and stuff. Like we think the Browns run defense is really good, and yet 2 running backs get drafted every single draft that's opposing that team. We think the Eagles can play certain ways based on whether or not they're pushed. It's like we have these working ideas, but we don't definitively know everything quite yet on what like these teams are going to look like moving forward here. We had some big news this week for a quarterback change, some injury-based stuff with some running backs kind of like moving to the forefront. The Scata boys mounting up there. Judkins, I'm going to have to wear my L that he is looking like he's going to be a little bit of a bell cow there for the Browns. How you feeling just like macro totals on the slate? You obviously pointed out the outlier here with the Bills and Saints of like a pace up game with a 48 total and a 15.5 point favorite by way of the Bills. It definitely sticks out like a sore thumb on the slate. But how you just feeling like macro?
Macro, there's like a pretty big tier of running backs that project really similarly.
Okay.
And there's guys with new roles like you mentioned in Scottaboo and Amari and Hampton that we kind of have to like project for. And I think people may be getting a little over their skis on Hampton in the Dog Bowl, but I get it. I get it. The ceiling seems strong. The running back. I mean, every slate just seems like a really strong running back slate. But after the cream of the crop, I guess you could say, at running back, it's flat and kind of mid. But wide receiver doesn't offer a whole lot of relief either. Puka is probably the biggest gap between wide receiver 1 to wide receiver 2 that we might see on a slate. It depends, I guess, on what slates Puka Nacua is going to be on versus other wide receivers. But the wide receiver 2 being Amon-Ra, and then 3 Nico, 4 Neighbors with a new QB. I mean, a lot of leverage, I think, in building Puka Nacua teams, who is on another planet right now. He's on pace to break the regular season reception record.
Nuts.
He hasn't scored a touchdown. So
a receiving touchdown. Yeah.
In the air.
Yeah.
So when he starts to score touchdowns along with, getting double-digit targets and putting up 100 yards, he's going to destroy fantasy football. And he's getting a rush attempt a game as well on top of it. So to me, I think Puka is like a priority target. I've taken him at 2 in Dog Bowls. I think he makes a ton of sense to get overweight on, just because the floor is as safe as they come and the ceiling is just like have to have it levels of high. So yeah, to me, it's a Puka Nacua slate.
Nice. Love it, dude. It's really interesting. I brought up the ADP here. It's just really interesting to see one yellow player in the first 11, Like, it's just crazy. And Bowers, oftentimes, especially when the ETR stuff comes out later, I think just because of the VORP dynamics of the slate, I think Bowers is going to jump up a little bit from here. Like, we could be looking at a slate where, like, the top 12 picks are all non-wide receiver outside of Puka Nacua. And, like, as you're saying, that floor ceiling combo plus just the volume, plus the fact that the Colts have an injured slot corner now too. Like, it's all setting up for like wheels up Puka. I really like the Puka at 2 take, just given the landscape of the slate. Like CMC 1, Puka behind, because those have been the 2 biggest usage monsters in all of fantasy through the first 3 weeks here.
Yeah, it's just been a hell of a start for Puka, but a lot of really, really good running backs on the slate though too.
Yeah. One interesting dynamic I want to talk about just before we go like full game by game here, Nez. The Jaden Daniels situation. I'm looking at David's comment in the chat here saying that Terry McLaurin's visiting a core muscle injury specialist. That smells Christian Watson-esque. I mean, I hope not, but yeah, it's a little weird that he's got the Q tag right now. He's banged up there, but the Q tag on Jaden Daniels back at practice today. My first 10 runs of the 6-person drafts, I was really targeting him in the 6th round because I anticipate him moving up to like QB 3 or 4-ish range if he was able to be a full go this week.
Yeah. I'm not sure like how productive he'll be if he's in, like how mobile will he be if he's in, but the awesome risk reward in 6-person drafts where he's going to be probably 50% drafted. And if he doesn't play, you get a swap. And if he does play, you just have an outside shot at, a QB1 score, because it's really just speculation as far as his health.
Right. Yeah. I like these shouts in the chat, jamming Debo early, jamming Ertz early. Both those feel pretty good. I mean, Falcons defense has been pretty polarizing, but we think they're probably better than we thought they were at the beginning of the season. But there's no reason to think that if Atlanta holds up their side of the bargain, in this one that we could get, maybe a little bit of a sneaky back and forth. Probably won't project that way pace wise, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
We need Atlanta to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah. It's been ugly. You know what? It's funny how reactive and reactionary we are of the takes, because the take on Penix was so heavy early this season that the take on Penix was, hey, are we sure the Washington coaching staff wasn't holding him back? Look at how bad they are with Bama. Maybe we should upgrade our view on Penix. And then the other thing was, are we sure Rome and Jalen McMillions and Polk were as good as we thought they were when they came into the league? Or maybe it was Penix who elevated those guys. And now after 3 weeks of action, it's like, oh my God, Rome's like the wide receiver 4 or 5 and all the usage in all the world, and Penix looks low-key dust. And people are calling, hey, is it Kirk Cousins season again, kind of thing. It's just funny how the narrative can flip with like so little football action back and forth like that.
Yeah, I mean, the discourse I'm just ignoring, but the Falcons, I think, clearly are not a very smart organization, and I don't think that their coaching is really up to snuff at the moment either. So I think there's big problems here. It was a small clip, a small little screenshot, but like Raheem Morris, like all smiles after the game is weird.
Oh, me. Really? Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I didn't
see
that.
He's on the field dapping up, the opposing team and like smiling. I don't know if he saw an old friend or what, but like, I don't know, man. He just lost 30-0 against a division rival.
Right.
I just small football guy shit like that, man. I just think that there's just things that you don't do. Yep. And mucking it up after you got your doors blown off by a division rival who has looked like shit to start the season. To me, I can't help but find weird.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a good hand in the dirt take there. Nez, let's go game by game here, dude. We got this pace up one with the Saints. We talked about the Saints last week, how Kellen Moore's playing so effing fast, and they're throwing a whole bunch. One thing that's kind of lost in the shuffle with the Saints right now is like, the Juwan Johnson usage has been incredible. He's a top 6 tight end on our site now. Nobody ever plays quarterbacks. Nobody really ever scrolls down to the wide receivers. And now even Alvin Kamara is buried way down there. Kendre Miller mixing in a little bit more. And the number one thing I've noticed with Kamara and some of the stats going around right now is his targets, man, way down. The receiving work that was prime Kamara for so effing long, of like, hey, man, he might only get 11 carries, but we can count on him for like 6 receptions for that pseudo Jahmyr Gibbs, pseudo Christian McCaffrey role, hasn't been there this year. And is that a byproduct of Spencer Rattler not like dumping it off as much? Is that a regime change thing? I don't know. But in my mind, I would really want to get excited in this spot to be like, play the trailing game script, Alvin Kamara as a bring back on some of this Bills stuff. On the Bills side of the equation, we got James Cook, who's, top 3 in the league right now, scoring all the touchdowns, making good on last year when everybody was like, hey, man, there's going to be negative regression in these touchdown scorings. And he's like, nah, bro, I still got that burst. I still got that juice. And Josh Allen looking every bit of a top 3 quarterback. Outside of that, man, I don't know who you stack with on a week-to-week basis with the Bills. Maybe a little Kincaid here and there, but it's going to be highly owned combinatorially. So talk me through this game.
Yeah, I mean, the spread is crazy. Definitely, it makes me, kind of overthink the spot when, I really shouldn't. I think the way to play it is Josh and James Cook, and that's probably it, because Josh Allen is like live to pass for like less than 20 times. I don't know what the passing attempts projection is in the pick'em lobby, but I would guess it's once that comes out, it's not going to be very high, because that's just like not what they do in these games. I mean, why would they? So definitely expect a big James Cook game here, and would probably just play Josh naked in case he runs a few into the end zone himself. That's the only way I would play this for 6 persons and on the Bills side.
Any Kincaid love? Kincaid usage has been decent.
Kincaid's usage has been great. Like, I guess like if you do want to stack Kincaid, you can. I just like, No, it's so Galbrain to say, but like, would you rather play Kincaid naked than play Kincaid with Josh? Like, it's so Galbrain, but because
I
like
get the
Kincaid's
pieces.
only going to get paired with Josh Allen.
Right. I mean, he's tight end 5 right now, or tight end 4 when I was drafting this morning. So
Yeah,
like he is,
tight ends get pretty murky in terms
yeah.
of drafted percentage.
Yeah, tight end 3 with a 29.2 in the 6-person drafts,
Okay,
which is,
now we're getting up
probably
there.
70% owned, 75.
Yeah, we're getting up there now.
Yeah.
He looks good. He has a really strong role. Yeah, I recant my statement. I think you can play him any way you want to play him. Tight end is just so bad that why not take a tight end with the highest team total.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it could be kind of a replay of the Miami game there. Yeah.
I think it's going to be worse than that. Miami somehow kind of stuck around a little bit,
Mhm.
to an extent. The Saints could stick around. I don't know. Like they could have just played an awful game, and Bills defense a little banged up.
Yeah.
Maybe the Saints are able to kind of keep this closer than people think. I definitely wouldn't be slamming 16.5 on the Bills side of this game.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I don't think the Saints are good, but I don't think they're as bad as they were against the Seahawks. But on the road again, outdoors is in a tough environment. It's definitely not ideal, but I think that not all hope is lost. I
Yeah,
think
that
there are
Seahawks
draftable Saints here.
Yeah, that Seahawks game was weird, skewed by special teams touchdowns and stuff early. Like the doors were blown off before, lunchtime. Like it was
Yeah,
literally like that they were down 21 in the blink of an eye kind of deal.
right. That was a weird one.
Yeah. I did see something earlier today about the Buffalo Bills. I think it was pass defense. I'm gonna look it up again right now, but there was some good like expected stuff that was like better than I thought. But yeah, keep an eye out on the practice reports there for Matt Milano and Ed Oliver. Both missed last game. So yeah, key members of that.
Yeah, and I think their rookie corner. I don't know if he's on IR, but I'm pretty sure he's not playing yet either. But yeah,
Okay.
be on the lookout for that. But that being said, man, the Saints run a ton of plays, and they're gonna be pushed because Buffalo's gonna score damn near at will on them. So like Olave is definitely like a fine pick. Like the only problem is that like the touchdown equity is not there. They just are not going to score a lot of points, but Olave is going to have volume. He's had double-digit targets in every game so far, 7, 6, and 10 receptions in all of those games, never more than 60 yards. But
Mhm.
Olave's usage remains elite. So one of these days he will find the end zone. I'm not saying that it's here. They're not going to see the end zone a lot in New Orleans, but he is getting as much work as he can handle. That's just the Kellen Moore play volume thesis playing out in real life. His counterpart, Rashid Shaheed, super efficient on his stuff. The volume isn't there, but he is remaining efficient. He does have a touchdown on the season. So you could play Shaheed too. Like I do think these guys are legit playable because I just don't think that it's going to be as much of a route as the Seahawks game was. And there's a chance that these are some strong scroll down plays. You mentioned Kamara being problematic, and that's real. 2, 6, and 2 targets so far. Maybe he's more involved in this Bills game. I think he's getting traded sooner than later. I think they would be.
Ooh.
It would make no sense not to try to move him. This is
Right.
like you are screaming rebuild right now,
Mhm.
despite what you like wish was the case. There's a lot of RB needy teams out there.
Yeah.
You are using Kendre Miller a lot. To me, it's just inevitable.
Okay. Yeah, no, I won't fight you on that one, dude. Yeah, like this is what I was looking at earlier here with Kamara. Like this target per route run, like it's way lower. Like Kendre's been getting some third down stuff and being the targeted guy, not him. 10% targets per route run on the season.
It's not very good.
Yeah.
Is it a Rattler thing? Is it a design thing? I'm not entirely sure. but
Yeah.
I think given the game scripts that they've had, does a Kamara role make sense in the air whenever you need to score? Like that's not a way to score points quickly. He's just kind of a PPR scam.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at some of the Bills stuff here. It was Bills pass D stuff that I was looking at. Second lowest in the league in terms of yards allowed per game, behind only the Falcons there by like fractions of yards. But it is like a lot of noise in that empty sample because they played the Jets and they played the Dolphins. So, two teams that looked borderline inept, and then they got shredded by Lamar, and that game against Lamar, he didn't beat them, primarily through the air because it was only 209 yards through the air, but it was only 19 attempts. They got gashed on the ground there. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of warming up to this Kamara spot now. Now that I'm looking at kind of like some of these splits and stuff, he's a decent scroll in the 6 persons right now.
Yeah, I'm probably not getting there, but yeah. I don't blame you.
Bates with a nice stat here. They're 31st in the league in explosive passing.
Yeah.
Yikes. I mean, yikes. Yeah. Our guy Bound walking through. He's got to remind you what's for lunch today, Nez. It's barbecue, buddy. Barbecue for lunch. I would like some more details there. We got a little brisket going on. What do we got? Some ribs, a little pulled pork action. Fill me in on the deets here.
Yeah, what's the meal? What are we working with here? Beans? Got some barbecue beans in there?
Ooh, a little side of
what do we got?
Hope you're not headed back to the office after that one, dude.
No, he's sleeping after that.
Shit, man. Hit the gym, Toby. Nez, next up, man, we got this Titans and Texans game. Texans has 7-point home favorites. The talk of the town here will be the play calling duties shifting in Tennessee there. The empty air yards of Calvin Ridley versus Alec Manor, the good medicine hat kid there. 2 of the worst offensive lines in football. Also going to be a slog, according to our guy Pat Thorman over at ETR. This is not one of the pace-up games in which we would like to be targeting. So, yeah, I mean, what are we doing with this one? Are there any draftable pieces in it outside of Nico Collins? Like, how are we approaching this, dude?
I definitely don't have a lot of interest in any Titans in 6-person drafts.
Yeah.
Just not even Tony Pollard for a scroll, even though he'll project fine. Just not how I'm trying to play this. And no one on the Texans other than Nico. But I think Nico's a fine pick here. He's wide receiver 2. Just kind of goes to show how bad the slate, how weird the slate is, because it's wide receiver 2 and a 30.5 total. Granted, their team total isn't terrible, but yeah.
Are you looking at a team total resource right now?
I'm just like doing some math in my head.
23, I see 23. Yeah. I see 15.5 for the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all we got to say on that one, man. Like, yeah, like fucking, I'm not scrolling to Woody Marks. I don't care if Nick Chubb falls into the end zone twice. 2 offensive lines that are awful. 2 terribly paced game. Can we go Calvin Ridley bounce back? I know you kind of liked the spot last week. He might get the Stingley treatment this week, but yeah.
I mean, I've done it in the last round of dog bowls, but not in BRs.
Sure. Yeah. Last round of dog bowl, like dart throw on Ridley or Chubb kind of thing. Like, okay, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, dude. Let's go to the next one here. We got Browns and Lions. I was kind of surprised that this one fell into the slow play slogs category when Thorman did his write-up this morning or yesterday, whenever it was. But we got Lions as 10-point favorites, despite what the Browns just did on defense in terms of an upset over the Packers there. 44 total here. The Lions have blown that number out of the water both of the last 2 games there. It was basically just the first game against the Packers in which they struggled. They're back home in the dome here. This seems like one of those classic, like, are we giving the Browns defense way too much credit? Or are they actually like, yo, Browns defense, go Burr. They can stop the fuck out of the run and get after the quarterback.
Well, I mean, I don't think this is necessarily what's being told to us.
Okay.
Like Lions have one of the highest team totals on the slate. So I'm playing the shit out of the Lions at home. I think it's just a fantastic game for them, given the fact that Cleveland can be passed against. Jordan Love didn't do it. They just seemed totally surprised by Cleveland here, but I think Detroit's going to be just fine. I love all the pieces here. The Browns do seem to be pretty tough on the ground, but I still think Gibbs, Montgomery makes sense from like a touchdown equity. Obviously prefer Gibbs. Montgomery barely gets drafted in dog bowl, but yeah, I love all these Lions. Is it JMO week? Many are asking. Yep.
Waymo week it is. Yeah, I mean, kind of a light showing. He had a really nice play on the first drive of that game, and then there was kind of nothing else after that for him in the 38 points they put up against Baltimore there. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play this one through the air with like, some Goff doubles or some Goff skinnies or something like that, I think that's kind of my preferred route. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime you can get him as RB6 on a slate, is just going to always project better than that, regardless of the matchup. It's kind of like double counting here. I mean, we're talking about a dude who got 22 carries, and I was really impressed by how often he was used in the red zone / green zone. Even on the drive in which David Montgomery ripped off that like 75-yard run, he subs himself out and Gibbs is in for 2 plays after that. Obviously some fatigue and real life world football going into that decision making there, but it was just good to see because in spots of the past, it was always just David Montgomery at the goal line kind of deal. And now it's like, more of a balancing act here. And they could easily score 25 touchdowns on the ground between the two of them this season.
Yeah. They're an awesome duo. Just to get back to other, I mean, Laporta here is a good pick too, by the way. What's he, tight end? What does that say? Tight end 3?
Tight end 5.
Tight end 5? Come on.
Yeah.
Man. He's a great pick.
I like it, dude. Yeah, I mean, he just hasn't had the big box score yet. Like he's constantly involved, and he's just like a good, solid football player who gets like all the looks. But like, yeah, if we talked about this on the Primetime Palooza slate, if that Brock Wright touchdown goes to him instead of Brock Wright, like now all of a sudden you're in a position where he's tight end 2 on the slate, and people are overdrafting him because they click on the box score and they see 10, 15, 15, right?
Exactly. So I love Laporta, man. He's gonna get in the end zone here soon.
Cool, like it, man. The Brown side of the equation, man. The Judkins role looks real as hell. I might be eating some L's in the season long for standing on my my moral compass there, my high horse, virtue signaling down at the drafters of Judkins. This kid looks like he's a player, man, and he really put the team on his back for that tail end of the come from behind win there. He looked good, man, and he's getting the lion's share of the work, and he's free right now.
Talent was never the question. Was never the question with Judkins, and he has one of the better roles that you can ask for in a backfield right now. They're using the shit out of him. It's just like, is this the spot to get to Judkins? I feel like they just want to run it no matter what happens in the game script. So he got a lot of touches last week because they had a pretty close game. Like I said, if this game isn't close, does Judkins reach his, does he reach 16 carries? He's not really getting used much in the pass game at all. So right. I don't think that this is like the spot for him. He gets drafted pretty high in dog bowls, and I just don't think that it's the spot, but he's talented. And even if the game is out of hand, he can still break off long runs, which kind of makes him dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to get in on Judkins. This isn't the week for me, in my opinion.
Okay, cool. Any love for anyone else on Cleveland? Like we have this Fannin versus Njoku debate. Like the offense looked putrid last week, but we're giving the Packers defense a lot of credit. Is there any leverage in scrolling the F down to like, hey, Lions score 3 early, and now the Browns just have to air it the fuck out, and we do like the Flacco to Judy or Flacco to Njoku, scroll the F down in the dog bowl, anything like that, or does it lack ceiling?
I don't love it, but I wouldn't be totally surprised if that happens, but I definitely don't love it, and I'm not getting there.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little gal brain, especially if the pace of that one's not going to be that great. But man, it just one of these weeks, man, we're gonna get that Flacco just fuck it YOLO Jameis Winston ball game, And
I know. Like, when is it
indoors,
happening? It's
indoors in the dome when they're down 21 feels like it could be the spot, but I think Lions defense might be a little bit too good at getting after the passer for that to take place.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting Dylan Gabriel sooner than later.
Okay. Yeah, because they sacked Lamar Jackson like 7 fucking times. Like the statue of Joe Flacco's going down a couple times here.
Yeah, those Lamar sacks are really weird. I've never seen Lamar take so many sacks.
Yeah, maybe just hanging on to it. Maybe they were coverage sacks, right? If you're looking at the all 22 and guys downfield just weren't separating, maybe it was really good secondary work, and that's why Lamar was hanging on so long. I
kind of think so. They kind of had him cornered as far as like a game script for the Ravens offensively, and it didn't really make a lot of sense for him to run. So but to take a sack is, it's just strange. But clearly, Detroit is a very well-rounded team.
Yeah. Let's move on here. Falcons and Commanders here. I want this one to be sneaky fun. It's got a 45 total, which is higher than the previous game we just discussed. The team totals are obviously lower because of the tighter spread at the -1 there. I think -1 Commanders on the road here. Maybe that's quarterback agnostic, but I do think that, let's take a little look here at the timeline of it. 1.5, 1, 2.5 about a week ago. 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that is baking in the fact that it might be Mariota instead of Daniels there. So I don't know, man. I want to believe that the Falcons can be fun and electric on one side, and they can be concentrated, and we can just play like, London on the one side or Bijan on the one side, Pitts on the one side, and then play like Jaden Daniels plus Debo on the other side, or Jaden Daniels naked on the other side.
I mean, I definitely have concerns about Jaden Daniels' ability to be prime, the Jaden Daniels that we know here. So
right.
I'm really playing it cautious with him in these dog bowls, and like we kind of talked about earlier, in 6 persons as QB6, it's fine. I just wouldn't bet on a big Jaden Daniels week this week personally. I just think there's a lot of way that the bottom falls out here, or you get a swap and you're swapping to a ton of one other quarterback that now your whole week is predicated on this quarterback and it's primarily unstacked. But other parts of this game I like is Debo and Ertz for sure. With Terry looking like he's more doubtful than questionable, Debo and Ertz I think make a lot of sense in this game from a Commander side.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. Any way to parse through the running backs on Washington's side? Like, do you want to get to anyone? We saw Chris Rodriguez get into the equation there. We saw Bill fall into the end zone again. Is there any reason to get to that, or is it just no? This is just a gross.
I don't think so.
Field.
Yeah, no. Bill doesn't even get drafted every dog bowl, so
right. Yeah. All right. Fair enough there. Yeah, Keaton saying, 7 sacks, man. Yeah, it was 7 sacks. I just went and re-looked that up. 7 sacks last week. Yeah, Calvin Shepard has great energy on the sideline. I don't know if you watched any of that. I guess it was the Monday Nighter or Monday Nighter. If you were watching that, man, he is fucking fun on the sidelines to watch, running around with his dreads all jacked up. Like he's good energy. Good like dynamic between him and Dan Campbell.
They love showing him on the broadcast.
Oh, they loved putting the camera on him.
Yeah, he's fired up. They got good energy in Detroit.
Yeah. Nez, let's do this with Bucs and Eagles here. We saw that we've seen multiple iterations of the Eagles now. We've basically seen one good half in the passing category from the Eagles. Everything else before that is squeeze the air out of the football, try and run it, try and do the tush push. Slow, methodical, that sort of deal. And then we saw, now they're in a trailing script against the Rams. Let's see them air it the F out. And they certainly did. And Jalen Hurts ends up being in a bunch of winning lineups last week. A.J. Brown, one of the higher wide receiver scores on the slate, but he had like 0 going into halftime and then gets 100 in a score in the second half there. Bucs also dealing with some injuries here. They might get Chris Godwin back. He was practicing today. We'll see the official practice report in a little bit there. Igbuka looks really nice out there, obviously. Tristan Wirfs could be coming back for some O-line help there, but they lost Mike Evans to a hamstring. So giveth and taketh on the Bucs side. Saw this one as a NFC conference game like 2 years ago or something like that, and it turned pretty fun. But yeah, is there any chance that this game goes shootout, goes fun, or is this an Eagles squeeze the air spot?
No, I think this game could be a lot of fun. Is it likely? Maybe not. Pretty easy to say with Evans out of the equation here in Tampa, but I think Tampa still can make some noise here and make some things happen. If Bucky's going to get a shit ton of work, and he could be way more involved in the pass game than usual with Evans out. That's just like less targets, so more targets to go around there. And yeah, I think the Eagles are a good team, but Tampa's at home. There's a chance that Tampa is just like really efficient, and Baker gets it done, and Bucky has an awesome efficient day. Ibuka is doing his thing. He's been awesome so far this season. He just continues to be awesome, and he is, lighting it up because he's going to see a ton of work here, I would imagine. And like Sterling Shepard has been serviceable, and he steps up and has himself a game. So like, yeah, it feels like hope is lost, but they're only 3.5-point favorites here. This is the reigning Super Bowl champs here.
Right.
Going into Tampa Bay without Mike Evans, likely without Chris Godwin, and it's a 3.5-point spread. So, I mean, there is a chance that this game hits, 50 in terms of game total. So this is one of the lower totals that I've been like targeting quite a bit, just because like Bucky's role is insane. I think Ibuka is way underdrafted in my opinion. And the Eagles, it's ugly, but they're still easy to draft because there's 4 draftable Eagles and that's it. And they're nice to have. They're always viable scrolls.
Yeah. Has the pendulum swung all the way back where the Eagles stack partners will be overdrafted with Hurts this week?
Yeah, I think you'll see a ton of AJ Brown Hurts.
Yeah. I kind of think so too. Where it was like last week, it was kind of sneaky. It was squeaky wheel. And then this week, now it's like we're back into the series of like 58 to 65% of Hurts teams have one of Goddard, Smith, or AJ Brown.
A lot, but it's really the AJ Brown stack that I think is worth like thinking about. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds good. Ghost AF with the alpha here. The last time the Eagles lost a game was a year ago on the road against the Bucs. Interesting. Keaton's asking, let me circle back on this, Keaton, on the unabated sub stuff. Promo code BAD should get you 20% off the year-long stuff if you do it right now. But if it doesn't, DM me on any platform and I'll look into it for you. Unabated stuff's coming out with the NBA stuff soon. Still doing the WNBA. Obviously got the Pick'em tool in there, using it every day on the show. Nez, slop it up. Game of the week. Panthers, Patriots. I'm dying on this one, I think. I think this one is underrepresented right now. I'm calling Panthers bounce back. Patriots have been awful against the air. They've been good against the ground. Drake May should have had a monster game last time out, but they had the 2 fumbles in the red zone there and then the bad interception that he threw in the end zone. They had tons of opportunities there. The expected stuff and the underlying stuff on Drake May from a passing standpoint has been really solid. I think this is my slop it up stand of the week here, that I want Tet on one side and I want Drake May on the other side, and they're going underdrafted in the 6 persons, 43.5, 5.5 by way of the Patriots side. No running back can be trusted in that backfield right now. How do you feel about my slop it up of the week?
No, I love it. I think it makes a ton of sense. This is like a perfect storm in terms of what we want here. We've got, a pretty lackluster Patriots team in defense. And, the Panthers defense is probably not good. It's almost definitely not good, but I love him. Something tells me they're not as bad as they're being made out to be.
Okay.
Now that said, I still love this game, and I still think that Drake May is an awesome pick because it's really hard to get to any other Patriots right now. Maybe it's TreVeyon Henderson week, and you want to draft it before you see it. That's totally fun and fine. And obviously Hunter Henry too is being drafted a lot, but like really it's Drake May. So like it's still a good Drake May spot in my opinion, but I don't know, man. I'm probably going to look like an idiot and get proven wrong, but I swear this Panthers defense is not as bad as I'm being led to believe. I mean, say what you will about how the Falcons play. They didn't score any points.
Right. Yeah, that's a fair point, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That said, I do like this game. I do like this spot, and I like Drake May. Hunter Henry maybe is a tad overdrafted, but I like Drake May a lot here. From the Patriots side.
Cool. Yeah, the pendulum on Derrick Henry is like, 2 touchdown go Burr, and then moves back here, and now he gets overdrafted this week and becomes like the quote unquote obvious fade of the week, and then he still has the ability to find the end zone and accumulate some yardage and stuff. Using our boy Fantasy Grinder, if they have a good pass rush, ball out quickly to Hunter Henry as the thesis there.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. We've got McMillan not at practice, but it is Wednesday, and I'm sure he's fine. But yeah, he is.
No Tet? Okay.
Yeah.
There's interesting stuff in the chat right now, like TreVeyon's team incoming. Like people are going to want to hand the backfield to him after both guys fumbled last week there. There's also, this is a good one to circle back on. They're getting Tristan Wirfs back, but Tampa Bay's still down offensive linemen there. So that one's pretty gross. Christian Gonzalez could be coming back this week. We kind of thought maybe last week, but maybe more on track for this week there. So that's an interesting point. Bates is saying the D line for the Falcons has been crushing stuff there. So they've been getting after it in a big way. So maybe that was a contributing factor last week in that Panthers game. But yeah, just interesting stuff from the chat. Anything else on this one, dude? Can we play Chuba? Can we play? Yeah.
I like Chuba. I like Chuba a lot. Chuba's role has been really, really solid. Patriots defense isn't wowing me. I think Chuba has a chance to have like a really nice game, and I think he makes a ton of sense for a scroll down. Really, the only Panther that I'm getting to here, but like I still think there's some value in 6-person drafts to getting to Chuba. He'll be really low owned, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nez, next up, Chargers and Giants here. The Giants have the quarterback changed to Jackson Dart there. People are going to get really excited about that. Just in general, he's not getting drafted in anything, but a little bit of rushing upside there for sure. Chargers are still 6.5-point favorites on the road here. Chargers continue to play up tempo, and pass heavy, but they do tend to bleed a lot of clock. It's a really popular back stack. I played the shit out of the Chargers last week and it bit me in the ass. I did a whole bunch of like mixing and matching stacks at the back end. Is it time to, do the flippening of Ladd and Keenan Allen and QJ there? Because they're all bunched together in terms of ADP. So, I don't know. Have we seen enough here, or is it just like, oh no, the variance will break back Ladd's way eventually here, because they're all getting drafted to some degree in the 6-persons as backstack options as wide receiver 10, 13, and 14 here. So when you're playing whack-a-mole with the Chargers.
I mean, it's really hard not to like overreact to Ladd and the emergence of QJ and Keenan. I mean, Ladd is really good, but Keenan is the red zone target. Like he is the guy whenever it's manageable and they're close to the red zone. It's Keenan, man. When Justin Herbert has to improvise, like it's Keenan Allen, like who he's improvising with. These two are like in a tango together. They're like fucking tethered, man. They're so, the mind meld is crazy there. I mean, a lot of praise, but I mean, it's just so real. Like
the touchdown pass was fucking incredible. Like the rolls out left, like opens his hips up, throws cross body, puts it in only a window that Keenan can come across and slide and grab it. Like it was insane. It was probably the best football play I've seen this year.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Lamar had a similar one, but it wasn't for a touchdown, where he rolled left and made like a sick first down conversion. Both those guys are otherworldly. And then QJ is getting a lot of like really, like he's connecting on a lot of deep balls, obviously. And like he's not really doing that with Lad. Lad will have good games, but
right.
Yeah, I think the distrust right now makes a lot of sense. I can respect both sides of this, of fading Lad or trying to get out ahead of it for his first big game. Obviously, the route percentage is there, but the targets just are not really.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff here. Like if you guys just look at the utilization report, he's actually third on the team behind both of them, yet he gets drafted above them because of what our perception of Lad is from a fantasy standpoint and where he was going in season-long stuff. And it's a classic like debate of like, well, don't over-capitulate on your priors just because we've seen it. But then it's also like, well, we saw it with Keenan Allen for years with this team and this offense and with Herbert. So maybe this is just like, yeah, I don't know. Very interesting debate and dynamic because I think there's no questions asked. I want to play Chargers pass game this week and I want to skinny stack Herbert this week. So it's a very interesting decision.
It is, yeah. And I just think there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. But look at the Keenan Allen end zone and third and fourth down targets, man. Like right. you need it. It's Keenan. It's just so it's what we've been saying from the jump, man. Like it's just money. It's automatic.
Third and Keenan, baby. Let's have the Amari and Hampton conversation here. A little bit of a bailout for the season long ADP there that Najee gets hurt. Unfortunate for him there because the Hampton price tag was not warranted. It was more speculation on the Najee eye injury. And then Najee comes back, cuts in, and then does the Achilles. And it's like, oh, okay. So now Hampton looks like he's going to have this backfield to himself. It was almost all into himself at the tail end there. People are going to note that, hey, this is a pass first offense right now. That's not necessarily a bad thing for Amari and Hampton. Moving the ball in any capacity is good. It's fine to be pass first if he's involved in said pass game and he's the guy at the goal line, which we're forecasting that he is. Are people jumping the shark in terms of his ADP this week? He's RB8. He goes in the second and or third round of the 6 persons and sometimes pushes up to the first round in the 12 persons. Just thoughts on Hampton week.
Yeah, he had really, really strong receiving usage against Denver, which was really surprising because that's just like not something that we see a lot. And I don't know how sticky that is, but facing a big time Giants pass rush, maybe he does get dumped off to a little bit more in this spot. He's an awesome pick regardless, man. The Giants do get ran on quite a bit by opposing teams, and he just saw 19 carries when Najee was in the game to start. He's going to see a ton of work. He's a great pick and just an awesome piece to have moving forward. Yeah, you already said the Najee piece. That's just that was a brutal run out, man. That was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it was a brutal run out. It kind of feels like Jordan Mason last week, where it's like, don't overthink this one. He's gonna get steam jobbed. He's gonna project well. He's gonna be stone cold chalk on redacted, and he's gonna push up as the week goes on. Is that a fair comparison?
Comparison to who?
Jordan Mason last week.
I think it's gonna be hard for Hampton to break into this tier of running backs.
Right. Yeah, just because of Henry and Gibbs ahead of him.
Yeah, whereas Mason, Mason was a different story in my opinion. And he barely broke in too. He stayed around the 20s,
Yeah.
In Dawg Bowls, he was a first round pick. Hampton's in the first round in Dawg Bowls and he's not going anywhere. Here, I don't think he's going to break past Henry, but maybe he does. But I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that game yet, but yeah, the Derrick Henry ADP is really interesting. Really interesting. Big Chuba week. Oh, love to see it. That's a good one. This is the most confusing post I've seen today. A bunch of Eagles, but with a Dak Prescott.
Well, it's Dak crying, so it's
oh,
like
he's
an Eagles
crying.
fan.
Oh, okay.
That's brand is like
okay.
Dak stinks.
Dak stinks. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's good shit. Oh man. All right, Nez, let's move on from that. Oh, sorry. No, we got to talk about the Giants side here. So with Jackson Dart at the helm, is this reason for optimism for, Malik Neighbors? Scatterboy Boys maybe going to have the backfield to himself this week, although Devin Singletary mixed in a little bit there, but the role looked really strong. Is he worth the ADP right now? We are Chargers D respectors. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to full fade the Giants and like see it first, I wouldn't fault you. If you wanted to ape in on Jackson Dart being him and get some skinny stacks going, I wouldn't fault you. Yeah, just thoughts on how you want to play this one.
Yeah, I'm not in love with the spot, man. They got this kid out in a tough matchup here. There is not a ton of props out here that have Jackson Dart for. I mean, there's not a single prop that has Jackson Dart for throwing more than 200 yards. Now, Malik Neighbors can account for a good chunk of that, but that's not necessarily a good omen, especially when there are other people in this offense that can get the ball, mostly just Wandale. But yeah, I don't really love the spot, man. I don't think I'm going to have a ton of Neighbors, and maybe that'll bite me in the ass. But yeah, I don't love it. But there's also not a lot of good wide receivers on the slate,
right?
So
yeah,
it is not an easy fade. Yeah, ultimately, don't love the spot for the Giants in any capacity.
Yeah, it's a full bet on talent play with the Neighbors thing, and just
right. And also, I think just real quick, just it's not insane that you were not seeing Jackson Dart priced at like 230 passing yards. Like, it's a rookie, tough spot coming in the middle of the season. It makes sense that the lines are what they are.
Right.
But so it's not inconceivable that he vastly outperforms them, because that is, if you're looking at range of outcomes for Jackson Dart passing yards versus almost any other QB, they're going to be way wider. So that's just to kind of play devil's advocate on my own point there.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about Geno Smith when it comes to the pace up Raiders game and how fast they're playing and how much they're throwing and how bad their offensive line has been playing to force them to throw. And Geno went up against this Chargers defense and threw 0 completions over 10 yards. And then he also had 3 interceptions and only threw for 180 yards on 43 attempts. So even if you're in like trailing game script for a rookie, like this team is legit, man. Like Derwin James is a dog out there, right?
Oh yeah, he's very good. He's one of the best safeties for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Nez, let's move on to, low-key, surprisingly, the highest total on the slate. I don't know. Maybe this is a reflection of the markets catching up to how good the Colts are, but I thought Rams defense would get a little bit more respect than this. Rams look all of what we've ever wanted. A Stafford-led offense to look like, hyper-concentrated. You can play any of 3 guys and 3 guys only, and you probably don't have to scroll to Stafford to go alongside it. 49.5 here, 3.5 by way of the Rams. We already had the Puka discussion. 102 seems really intelligent on him. And then Tyler Warren is tight end 2. Jonathan Taylor has all the usage in all the world and is RB2 on the slate or RB3 on the slate. And then outside of that, you can kind of just have whoever else you want from this game. If you want to make a stand on like Adams, Kyron, they're both getting drafted, but if you want to make a stand on them, you can have them every time. And if you wanted to play Colts passing game because of Daniel Jones's, EPA per play and that sort of stuff, he's been pretty solid. So go ahead and do that. I wouldn't fault you if you want to do some skinny stacks with like Pittman or something.
Yeah, Daniel Jones doesn't have a very high passing yard projection at the moment.
I think Rams defense go burr, man. Like, I think they're good, especially like the front 8, front 7.
I think they're pretty good too.
Yeah.
So it is kind of intriguing that the total is this high. Maybe it comes down, and that's that, and that that solves it. But I think for me, it's just Tyler Warren only from a pass game perspective, and you can still take Dimes because Dimes will rush, and he might get some tush push goal line stuff. You never know. That's a different story. But yeah, I'm not really focused on Michael Pittman in 6-person drafts from the Colts side of things. But
Alec Pierce probably going to miss this one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's concussion.
Yep. Yeah, that looks not good for him. So, that's one to keep an eye on because that changes some things.
Yeah, I mean they probably don't move downs outside or anything like that, but AD Mitchell probably works in a bit more. Pittman's ADOT might stretch a little bit. Maybe he plays a little bit more designed X. Do you have a favorite on the Rams outside of Puka? Like, would you rather play Kyron or Adams this week?
I think Kyron.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last week,
I like Kyron.
Insane. Yeah, I'm sad that it didn't end up mattering because Jonathan Taylor and Jordan Mason broke the slate. Like, basically, Mason was the guy you had to have alongside your Jonathan Taylor teams. I had so many Jonathan Taylor plus Kyron teams last week. It was heartbreaking. I was like, that ADP was just insane.
Yeah, and it's pretty cheap still for Kyron, so that's good. ADP 26 for 6-person drafts.
Yeah, ADP 26. AD Mitchell doesn't have any yardage stuff up yet.
No, you're not going to see that until like Saturday.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. The chat was talking about a little like Jackson Dart or like AD Mitchell little combo meal.
Dart's up, but not AD. You're not going to see AD for 2 days.
Yeah. Colin saying that Neighbors didn't practice today. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about that. Like
Neighbors never practices Wednesdays.
He never practices on Wednesdays. Like he's the new Mike Evans with never practice on Wednesdays kind of guy. Yep. Like, here's funny. Tyler saying, rest / maintenance for Neighbors. Like if there was a higher lower on 10.5 practices, I would slam the lower on that for the rest of the season. Yeah. Wednesday practices.
Yeah. You're not going to see him out there on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Cool. Hopefully some concentration on the Colts side, but I'm with you, man. I was really shocked by this total. Like I was like, holy shit, this is the highest total game on the slate. I mean, it's not significantly higher than the Bills game. It's like we're talking 1 point and whatever. There's the Chiefs and Ravens game later is 1 point away as well. So it's not like crazy, but I just found it noteworthy that like, oh, that's interesting because I was a respector.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, David with the alpha going back home to USC, blow up game for Pittman. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Homecoming.
There we go. Homecoming narrative. I actually don't know where he's from. I know he played at SC, but I don't know where he's from. All right, dude, let's move on. Niners and Jags. We got to leave a light on for Brock Purdy returning. Mac Jones has been serviceable, but we would prefer our options with Purdy out there. Juwan Jennings missed last week there. Gonna have to monitor the practice reports on him as well. Jags, all the talk in the world is Brian Thomas Jr. and alligator arms and looking soft out there and making business decisions. And they're just utilizing Parker Washington and guys like this more than we anticipated. And then CMC just like 101 with a bullet for a significant amount of time now, all 4 weeks here. Yeah, thoughts on this one? Can this be fun? Can we get excited about this one going back and forth if it breaks right?
Yeah, this one, I'm interested in this game for sure. Obviously, it's one of the better totals on the slate. Jacksonville has had their fair share of struggles on offense, but nice little get right spot against the current look of the Niners defense, who just lost Nick Bosa. So that's not good. The way I've been playing Jags is through Travis Etienne. Been really liking him in dog bowls. He's really cheap. I think he's a really good scroll in 6-person drafts. I'm terrified of what the hell is going on with the pass catchers in Jacksonville, but like something's up with Brian Thomas, man. And I'm gonna have to see it first because I just in 6 persons, the price is right. He's going to be way underdrafted. Not saying it's a bad thing, but he's going to be way underdrafted. In dog bulls, though, I've been playing it through ETN and Strange because I think the total is really good, and those guys are really cheap for how often they're on the field and what their roles are. ETN still has a really strong role. So, yeah, I like those two the most at cost. Like I said, mostly in dog bulls for me right now. Brian Thomas is just way too expensive in dog bulls, like way too expensive for me.
Yeah, this narrative going around too. He's got the yips right now.
I think so.
And stuff. Yeah,
I think so. Like there's something up with him, man. And maybe it's the balls Trevor Lawrence is throwing. Like, say what you will, maybe the hospital ball narrative, which has gone like way out of control. Maybe it's a real thing. Maybe there's just something about the ball that he's throwing that he just doesn't like. I mean, I don't know, man. It's really hard to pinpoint, but he certainly had a lot better production with Mac Jones for whatever it's worth. And I've never been a Trevor Lawrence guy, so it's really easy to kind of look at that and say that. But that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, no, good points there, dude. Travis Hunter's increase in usage on the wrong side of the ball has been trending the last 3 weeks. I think it was like 20% of snaps, 40% of snaps, and then it was like 68% of snaps last week there. Can we scroll to it in dog bulls? Can we play it before we see it? Or is it dead narrative right now?
You got to see it. I got to see it first. Yeah. I got to see it. I think they clearly have decided he's making more of an impact on defense, and they're struggling to win games. And
they had injuries on that side of the ball too.
Okay. Yeah. So that's definitely one that you just got to wait and see on. Definite bummer because like he's clearly electric with the ball in his hands. He's only had one catch, but like, God, this guy's a freak. Like, can we please get some more usage for him? But for now, I'm not going to will it into existence via my money.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Anything to like in the 12s with like Parker Washington's got, if we were playing a showdown slate, or we're playing Primetime Palooza or something, we might be interested in Parker Washington's usage because it would kind of shock people when they pull up the utilization report, how strong it has been. Tootin finds Pater again. Is it too Galbrain to consider those plays?
I think so. And dog bull is dog bull is thin, but you don't have to go there.
Okay. Here's the absolute alpha from David. It's Michael Pittman week here. Born in Woodland Hills, grew up in SoCal, and then attended Westlake Village, and then went to USC. This is full homecoming.
Jeez, you got the last 4 of his Soch too? Good Lord.
Let's go. Oh, man. Ooh, spicy take from AZ Cards. The Kyle Pitts of wide receivers.
That's
with
great.
BTJ. Ooh. Valley Boy. Yeah, there you go. Trevor Lawrence incapable of putting touch on the ball. That's a pretty good take. I mean, outside of that one half against the Chargers in the postseason, I mean, it's hard to say you've ever seen anything impressive from Trevor Lawrence.
I certainly can't.
Yeah. Nez, let's move on. Last 2 games on the slate here. This is going to be a pace-up one that people are going to gravitate to, I think. Rome has been playing so well. Caleb's been playing really well from a fantasy standpoint. Geno loves to throw. They can't block anybody on the offensive line for the Raiders. Here, Brock Bowers, we're hoping, comes back to full usage. Keep an eye on the practice reports if Michael Mayer is back or not. This is a pick'em game, according to the unabated line there, a 47.5. We've seen the Bears get torched through the air. I want to get excited about Geno week. I want to get excited about some Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers skinnies, like Jacoby Myers gets a shit ton of usage. Trey Tucker is going to be a hot waiver wire guy this week after he goes for the hat trick last week and breaks the slate wide open on the redacted platform, 40 plus fantasy points there. Just thoughts on the overarching of this game. I think it's one that the community is going to want to get to, but it's reflected in some of the ADP.
Yeah, I love this game. This is one of my favorite spots for both sides of the ball here. Really like Caleb this week. I think Caleb naked, Caleb however you want to play him, I think makes sense. I don't know that I would get to Luther Burden on Caleb just yet, but if you think it's a Luther Burden week, I would just take Caleb naked and take 2 other pass catchers you think are going to have good weeks instead. But yeah, playing all the Caleb, not doing DeAndre Swift, but definitely doing Caleb and in Rome, Caleb and DJ Moore in dog bulls for sure.
Okay.
The Raiders look like they could be a lot of fun here.
Dude, that's where I went. That's where my mind went. Like Jacoby's usage will shock people. Like, I mean, like he hasn't found pay dirt and stuff like that, so it doesn't like pop in like the box scores necessarily. But I was really impressed, like just in general with like Jacoby Myers. When you look at the utilization report, like 97% of routes, 21% target per route run. You know, Trey Tucker is obviously jumping after the previous week there, but like, yeah, he's getting some end zone targets. Like, I think it's people were sharp to be directionally accurate on the Jacoby Myers stuff in dog bowls last week. It just happened to go by way of Trey Tucker instead. Yeah, I mean, I think playing more so Myers than Tucker this week. I don't want to get like overreactionary, but like, yeah, I think this is a pretty good shout in the chat here. Playing like naked Caleb with like a Jacoby bring back in the 6 persons from Dave. Like that seems logical to me.
Yeah, I do a ton of Caleb and Jacoby and dog bowls for sure.
Yeah.
People are definitely going to chase Trey Tucker, which, you know, I think is fine.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I'm not doing it, but I don't think it's like the worst thing to chase, man. You know, he has an awesome role, and we're drafting this guy sometimes in BBM. I just don't think that he's like a nothing. You know, we've seen him do stuff like this before, so I don't think he's bad. But I'm preferring to go to Jacoby if I'm drafting wide receivers from Vegas. But yeah, dude, this game just looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. The Bears defense really is not that good, even though when you look at EPA per play for the Bears, it's not awful. They're kind of like middle of, they're not in a good quadrant in terms of, you know, drop back per EPA allowed, drop back EPA per play allowed, and same with rush. But like, we just know they're not good and they're super banged up. So yeah, let's go Raiders. And is it finally Genty week?
I mean, everyone and their dog is citing. Norris and Hayden had some really good stuff on it on the 32 team, and also Lev and Silva had something on it where it's just like the amount of times he's getting hit behind the backfield. Like the offensive line play has been so putrid, and he's losing third down work that it's just like, oh man, like can we click this guy's name? It feels so gross right now. It is like the bet on talent, bet before you see it kind of narrative, but the offensive line play has been like truly tragic.
Horrible. Simply horrible. But this might be the perfect storm for him to get something going. And I'm definitely betting on it. The ADP is absolutely right in 6-person drafts where everybody's so focused on those top 8 that like a scroll down Genty makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I just think those the top 3, top 4 here is awesome for Vegas against the Bears defense.
Yeah, it's like interesting thesis, kind of like associated with like AJ Brown pattern matching from last week, where it's like the bet on talent narrative of the previous week of like, hey, this guy was like a first round pick. If we were right like a month ago, can't we just be right on it and we just haven't seen it yet? You know, this week.
That's how I'm playing it, man. So yeah.
This narrative's been going around here. I think the ETR guys were talking about it, like Pete Carroll's son being on the coaching staff or something like that. Yeah.
Oh no, I might have to do some digging around that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. Checking some things out in the chat here. This is the TED Talk from SC Spiro 1. The TED Talk. He's standing on business right now that Mac Jones made a pass that T-Law had 0% chance of making to Ricky Pearsall last weekend. Love it. Nez, let's go to what looks like the the hype up game of the week for the primetime afternoon slot there. Only 4 games in the afternoon window. This will be like kind of like the marquee Mahomes versus Lamar kind of thing that people are going to get jacked up about in the normie circles. Can we get jacked up about it from a fantasy standpoint? Like we got a 48.5 here, 2.5 by way of the Ravens going into Arrowhead. Chiefs have looked, kind of stagnant, kind of putrid outside of some long bombs going Tyreek Thornton's way there. I alluded to the fact that someone dropped Travis Kelce in a home league of mine. Is that a bridge too far? People are going to play the shit out of Mark Andrews, even though Isaiah Likely has a Q tag. and might be returning here, but they're going to chase that 25 box score. Bounce back week for Derrick Henry, who's fumbled away back-to-back games. Thoughts about this one?
Yeah, I do like this game a lot, just
Okay.
because I don't think the Chiefs defense is good enough to keep the Ravens from scoring. And I love the idea of Mahomes in a trailing game script. I mean, I just think that this is going to be so much fun for real life and fantasy. This game's going to rock, and I think we're going to see a really nice game out of Mahomes. How does a good fantasy game for Mahomes manifest itself? Well, I think he's going to run a lot. I think he's going to, hit the ground again. We didn't see it last game because he didn't have to. But when the game requires Mahomes to move the chains, he does what it takes, and I think he will here. And I'm excited about that. Okay. Worthy, man, this Worthy thing is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I just like. The word is that if he plays, he'll be limited.
Right.
If he plays at all. And he's been limited in practice for like 10 days now. And I just, what is the plan here? Is the plan, okay, if we make it as far as the Super Bowl and Worthy gets surgery the day after the Super Bowl, he can play for us next season and not miss any time.
Right.
And that is a better alternative than him getting surgery now, missing the season, still being ready, and we can instead use him sparingly on the field. But like, how long will the decoy play work if he's simply a decoy? And is the question also, is there a pain tolerance thing here? Is the pain tolerance expected to get better? Mm-hmm. How effective can he be? There's re-injury risk. Is it like one pop and he's done? I don't know what the plan is. But right. I've been having this attitude of if Xavier Worthy plays, you should expect like 90% Xavier Worthy, because if he's out there, like that's it. Yeah, Mello agrees. Because if he's out there, like he's out there, he's playing. He can re-injure it, but it can't necessarily get worse. It's a torn labrum, so it needs surgery. So. Yeah. I'm like in a tizzy because like he's free in BRs, which like I don't think he's really draftable in BRs, but he's also like a 6th-round pick in dog balls. So that's really where the conundrum comes into play. Do I draft Xavier Worthy? Because if he doesn't play, I get a swap. And if he does play, like what am I getting if he plays? And I have been of the opinion that I think you will get a decent play out of him in the 6th round this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of talk that he's going to be limited. And I just think if he's going to be limited, what's the point?
Right. Yeah. It's a tough spot. You also throw in the wrinkle that it's a very thin wide receiver slate. So like we are literally thinking about plays like this. Is there any like thought that, hey, even if he doesn't go and he gets the Q tag, at least we can swap to Hollywood Brown? Like I know we didn't see it last week and it was Thornton on the deep ball, but like, the usage was so strong that one game. Like, is there anything to like hang our hat on there at least?
Oh yeah, brother. It's Ty Weapon.
Oh, it's Ty Weapon week. All right.
I prefer swapping to Thornton.
Okay. You like Thornton more than Hollywood Brown?
Thornton's ADOT?
Yeah.
25 yards.
Yeah. He's the MVS of my generation.
He's average. I mean, he's even better than MVS. Like at least he's actually connecting frequently.
He's better than MVS because he catches the fucking ball.
Yeah. Averaging 6 targets a game on 25 ADOT.
Right.
In a game where Mahomes is probably going to drop back 40 plus times.
Right. Yeah.
Taekwon's a really good play, dude. I don't care. Like he's a they're using him in really fun ways, man. He is the deep threat.
Taekwon is kind of like Justin Watson if Justin Watson ever materialized in fantasy points.
Yeah, he's a deep ball. Yeah, he's a deep ball guy and he's good. Yeah.
All those times we were like, yeah, man, he's playing 70% of snaps and his ADOT's sick and he's always out there and whatever. It happens to work because Taekwon can get there. He's fast as shit.
Dude, and Mahomes trusts him.
Right.
He dropped a beautiful pass. Like, I mean, just one of the greatest deep balls from Mahomes, or intermediate balls, that should have been for a score. Goes right back to him and just sick grab.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's awesome, and it's such a unique role that only he has. And maybe Worthy runs deep routes alongside him. Maybe Worthy runs some underneath stuff to draw some coverage off him. Who knows? But man, I'm taking Taekwon a lot in dog bowls, dude.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's high variance, but we're playing for 3 spots to win a dog bowl seat. So if you're going to get some leverage of him being undrafted and he's going to has big playability. So yeah, why not? Yeah, this is funny. Thornton's the Trey Tucker of my generation. This is true. Like Nick's saying, watching Thornton makes me sad that it's not Worthy running those routes. Absolutely.
Dude, Worthy was going to smash. God, that's so tragic. He was going to smash.
Can we play Kelsey at all, or is he dust? Can we play the running backs? They're both dust, but one could fall into the end zone twice if this game plays to total and spread.
No running back, but okay. You can play Kelsey at 7 targets in a game that wasn't competitive. He's going to see a lot of targets against Baltimore. They're going to drop back a ton, I think. So, okay. And he does have a touchdown to his name. Yeah, okay. Kelsey's extremely draftable. He goes 5th and 6th round in dog bowls. That's just fantastic. Yeah, he's certainly washed, but I mean, he gave himself a little bit of a squeaky wheel when he was chirping at Andy Reid on the sideline.
Right. Okay.
Grease time.
Noah Gray, big boy. Is this a burner account? Of Clay's here?
That's Clay.
It's Clay's burner account. Let's talk about the Ravens real quick because I mean, I don't know what to say about Derrick Henry at this point. It's a bet on him just being a freak and bet on the volume and bet on a bounce back kind of thing at RB7 price tag. Obviously, run defense sets up better than pass defense on the Kansas City side. But yeah, Zay Flowers, he was the cardio king in the last week there where he just ran all the routes and did nothing with it after the usage was so strong the previous 2. And that led to Bateman, Hopkins, and Andrews kind of being the pay dirt guys and getting work in. So just thoughts on, if you're going to stack Lamar, who's your target? Or if you're going to play another Raven, who's your target?
Likely, I think I would take a stab on.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. You think he's going to play this week and it's just leverage off the Mark Andrews team?
Yeah, they seem pretty convinced that he's going to play and have a role. And I think if he's having a role, he's going to be efficient in terms of earning targets when he's out there. They're going to make his snaps worth his while, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he's ready to dust Mark Andrews for sure. Okay. If Mark Andrews doesn't get that garbage time touchdown, man, his ADP is already not high, but
yeah, they were playing him. They were playing Mark Andrews for design stuff on the first drive. And then they were playing Mark Andrews for garbage time on the last drive, and everything in between wasn't a ton of Mark Andrews stuff. I think they really wanted – I think it was a focal point for Monken to be yo, I want to get Andrews going on that first drive because there were 2 designed, plays for him right off the hop.
Yeah, that was interesting. I feel like that was on purpose to saying hey, here you go, buddy. Here's some targets. You still matter to us, but he looks super dust.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here's J-Cam saying it took 13 yards from Zay Flowers for Andrews to break out, a concerted decision in that regard. Ghost AF with an interesting one here that Zay with no Lamar is the play. That's interesting. If you play quarterback from another game environment and then you just play naked Zay because he's going to be stacked so frequently.
Yeah. Hey, I like Zay.
This is amazing. Liam Murphy's bodyguard. I'd rather have 25 teams with Gray than 100 with Kelsey. That is a lot of effort to get that made up and do that. Well done. That's funny. Nez, that's the entirety of it, bro. I think it's time to hop in some drafts here. We will do the position and the scrolls and stuff on Friday's show alongside Pete. I'm going to start in the Battle Royale streets and hop in right now. There's 4 more spots for someone to join us.
Let's do it, man.
Best Falcon. I just looked outside, thought someone's baby had crawled away.
Nope, just my loud ass kid.
Young Mellow.
He's like sitting up right now, which is cool. He's got this little seat now that kind of keeps him upright. He's really enjoying that. I don't know what he's talking about though. He's offering his insight.
He's got the plays. Friends and family draft here. All Red Badgers. J Cam's hanging out in the chat. Egger's hanging out in the chat. Respooked, aka Riley Taylor, hanging out in the chat. Angelix, a Dog Bowl qualifier in the week 1 there in hanging out with us, and Hawkberg, who's been around for years. This is going to be a tough room to navigate.
I think we can hold our own.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, T-Mac DNP, doesn't he know it's T-Mac week? This just means we're going to get an even bigger ownership discount on T-Mac week.
I don't love that it's a calf.
Yeah. Hollywood Brown revenge game narrative. Holy shit. David's cooking in the chat with Narrative Street.
Oh shit, I forgot. How could I possibly forget?
Yeah, I got one of those jerseys, remember? Ordered it for a buddy and 2 showed up by accident in the package. So I have a Hollywood Brown with like the 100-year logo on it from his rookie season. Purple one.
Beautiful.
See what Angelix does here. As you guys can see, got the solver working on here. He goes ahead and takes Puka, which is unfortunate. Kind of ignore the best available suggestions for right now, guys, because it's just working off of, there's no projection set.
The underdog projections.
Right, yeah. Do you like Jonathan Taylor more than Bijan this week? Do you like James Cook, Josh Allen? Who do you like?
I think I like JT. Sounds
good to me. I mean, Rams front is definitely tough, but like the JT role right now is literally the JT of 2022, 2023 that we were vying for 101 alongside CMC.
Yeah, man, he looks awesome. such a sick player, and yeah, love him. He's got to be like 80% owned in the first quarter finals. I think I haven't checked those ownerships. I don't know if we have any ownerships out for them yet. Oh, I was taking them like first round in that contest.
Yeah, well done.
Should have even had him even firster.
Even firster. Do you have any good bullets going into the finals this week for first quarter?
I have like one that's like decent, but it's not awesome, but it's okay. Yeah, I put it out on X. It's
nice.
It has a shot, but I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good enough, but it has a shot.
Nez, I think I'd throw my hat in the ring for Jahmyr Gibbs and just locking up 2 of those top 8 stud running backs. But if you wanted to try and do a Lamar thing or Bowers thing, I'm happy to try.
I think I like Bowers if I'm being asked.
Okay, let's do it then. You think like the warp at the tight end position this week is significant enough, and we're not going to take Warren on a JT team?
Yeah. Like I think Bowers should be getting the McBride treatment of last week, which I mean, this is basically that, but like, yeah, these situations, I think you really just got to hammer Bowers. The spot really, really looks great.
Okay. Hampton goes, Gibbs goes. We'll see what Angelix does here. We could do like some game stuff with Adams. Igbuka, we kind of didn't talk about like the implications of, Evans being out. Bucky Irving, if we wanted to scroll. Nico as like a tier break at wide receiver, if we believe it. Game environment play with Rome.
Nico.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Nico just like is the only thing that they can do right. Mm-hmm. And Titan secondary. They just traded away who they traded the Jets for the pick swap. It was really weird.
Gardner Johnson.
Oh no, that was Texans. That was Texans.
Sorry. I thought you were talking about Houston's secondary. Oh, you're talking about Tennessee?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Brownlee.
Oh,
Jarvis Brownlee Jr.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Jets traded for him from the Titans a 7th. The Jets acquired Brownlee and a 7th in exchange for a 2026 6th. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Rome goes there. Neighbors is still here for us in the 4th if we want it. We could also do like Naked Zay and set up like a Mahomes thing, or we could do set up a Chargers thing.
I think we'd go Neighbors and scroll at RB.
Sure.
That doesn't feel good to pass up.
Okay.
You don't like it?
Who scores more fantasy points this week, Neighbors or Bucky Irving?
I mean, I would definitely take the Bucky side of that, but
yeah,
Neighbors obviously has a very high ceiling at a position that is weaker.
I think I got 2 scrolls for us, and I'll see if you like them.
Okay.
This week, man, it really feels like 2 running back week. Like, I know we've seen some 3 wide receiver builds win. I know we've seen, some abnormal stuff. This week kind of plays into the hashtag models, I think. Like, this feels like if I was building my portfolio, I want 90% running back flex this week, I think.
Yeah, for 6 persons, there's just like no need to, I think, do anything else with how many strong running back plays there are.
Yeah.
Dog Bowl's a different story. You kind of by necessity have to kind of mix it up.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about doing Kamara and Geno?
Oh.
I mean, Bucky's still here if you want to do Bucky and then just do Geno as the scroll.
I think Bucky Geno.
All right. 25 carries last week for Bucky Irving. It didn't materialize in much. And we know that the Eagles have a good defense, in particular, a good defensive front and run defense.
Yeah.
But if they're in a trailing script and it's not Rachaad White sees on, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Eagles are, when you adjust for like garbage time win percentage, they're like squarely middle of the pack.
Yeah.
0 EPA allowed for dropbacks and 0 EPA allowed for rush. So they're not really doing anything.
Trade 3 roto run in a first rounder for 1 Nez. That's not very nice. Geno it is?
Yeah, that's a good scroll.
I think it's a good scroll too, man. I think it's going to get slightly more popular as the week goes on too.
It should. It should.
Yeah. I think it's going to get tethered to Brock like at an absurd rate. But yeah, man, I kind of like that. I mean, it feels weird on passing on Q tag Jaden Daniels where you can just kind of have the leverage of a 6th rounder there, but we're drafting a stream team and having some fun out here. So that one.
The leverage is going to be awesome, even despite the high combo.
Yeah.
It's still good.
We see Brian Thomas Jr. go there. We see a Hendo scroll. So like the play it before you see it narrative of May plus Henry plus Hendo definitely feels like more of a dog pool build than this, but I'm fine with it. That's kind of a cool idea.
Taekwon too? J-Cam's in here with us. So shout out J-Cam for that.
J-Cam showing off with the Taekwon scroll in the 6 persons. Ertz has a bit of a scroll there with some of the injury stuff around Terry McLaurin. Yeah, good drafts. Good drafts. Let's rip another one.
Let's do it.
Rydog Mello go off, King.
Dude, he will not shut up. He's just yapping his ass off
today, dude.
He's really figuring out his voice. He found his voice for sure.
Shout out to Sanjay Rich, who's in this draft with us. There, 100 Badge Bros memberships dropped off a couple weeks ago. when he took down one of the slates. Unbelievable. Or took down the 5000X pick'em. Unbelievable stuff. Mad respect.
God, that still blows my mind.
Yeah, man. 600 plus members on the channel now. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, sorry. He's a knucklehead.
I didn't see a Marlon. J-Cam's got his hands on the Instagram right now. Taekwon going off after Marlon Humphrey's dumb video. I didn't see the video.
Dude, Humphrey's weird guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like posting a little like video, like it like to like get people to watch his podcast after they just like blew another lead. It's weird.
Huh. Interesting.
Just seems like very unserious.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's got that podcast and stuff with Jack. Do they still do that?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that in a while, but
yeah. This is Bijan a tier break guy for you? Do we need to get ahead at wide receiver? What are your thoughts?
I think it's Bijan, but man, James Cook's definitely tempting me.
Yeah, you're just buying into the fact that like, hey, 15.5 point favorites, and they just might pound the shit out of them.
Yeah, they're gonna run the piss out of the ball, man. James Cook's not getting bad usage at all. He's getting great usage. Like,
right.
He's getting used in the pass game. He's running the ball a ton. They're gonna kick ass here. Yeah.
One low-key bullish thing from Thursday Night Football was Ty Johnson worked over Ray Davis. And like that's kind of bullish for Cook. Like it hurts the pass catching stuff ever so slightly, but it's bullish for Cook, especially for some of that short yardage stuff and some of that red zone stuff.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Ooh. This is sick. Sanjay Rich, his next 5000X will be when he hits Reed Shepherd for over 40. Nasty.
Well, the problem is Reed Shepherd over 40 is going to be like 2x because Fred's done and Reed's going to fill it up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to need a lot from him this year with Dick Van Meat going down. Unfortunate. Josh Allen comes back here if we want to do it. Derrick Henry. We could pull up the VORP conversation of Bowers again.
You want to do Henry this time?
Pardon me?
Henry this time?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, Henry's really interesting, man. Like, I don't think it would shock anybody if he came out and went 177 and 2 scores on the ground, but yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Wow, Dave's saying Reed Shepherd is minus 275 for most improved player.
He's trolling you.
That's no way, man. That's crazy. It makes sense. Like he barely played last year.
That's not real.
There's no way. That'd be fucking insane. Oh, man. The Jared McCain of the NFL. That's a good one for Humphries.
That's funny.
I misread. He's plus 10,000. Nice. What the fuck is Reed Shepherd?
Oh my god.
Skinny Zion? Yeah. We'll talk a little hoops soon. Yeah, do you think there's smoke with this one? J-Cam saying the Mr. Unlimited? Like the contract's really movable. A lot of sharp people this week were just kind of throwing out the Bengals as like an obvious one after the way Browning played.
They should be calling, but
yeah,
I don't know. Russ isn't requesting a trade.
Dude, why does nobody want Josh Allen? He just came all the way back.
That'll work.
All right, we'll take Josh Allen.
The hell?
Nobody wanted Josh Allen, man. Everybody thinks he stinks. You talked them off the ledge.
It's basically what they said.
Yeah.
They just want to stack so bad.
Gibbs
awesome.
at 20. Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing off the table this week, guys. There's nothing.
Not really, no.
It's such an ambiguous one. Josh Allen, who after Respooks passes on him at 13.
Who needs him?
How do you want to land this plane, dude? Like, I like the Josh Allen naked stuff. I like the pause. I like considering, like, the Kincaid stack, I guess. I don't want to play really any pass catchers with Allen this week. I think it's so hard in 6 persons. I mean, maybe Keon Coleman has that ceiling, but I think it's more of the 12 persons.
Yeah, I'm not doing pass catchers for Josh Allen in 6 person, I don't think. Wide receiver and tight end.
Yeah. I mean, I'd just take Neighbors here.
I think you take Neighbors.
And then
we'll figure it out. we'll figure this thing out. I think for now.
What if Jackson Dart just fucking slings, man? Like, what if he's sick?
That's what that would be really cool. And it's not improbable.
He's so marketable too. Like, he's so swaggy.
Crazy drip for no reason. Like, why are you rocking that Cuban link on the sidelines, man?
Instagram chicks be going crazy for Jackson Dart starting in New York.
TikTok edits are going to be out of control if he balls out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've never been on TikTok before, but I believe you. Jamison Russ eating W's on the sideline.
Yeah, I just don't know why the Bengals wouldn't consider calling Russ unless they're just that confident in Browning. But
yeah, I don't know. Browning's played what? 6 quarters of football now, and he's got like 5 interceptions and 2 pick sixes or something.
I'm not sure, but that sounds correct.
Yeah, it sounds like I nailed it. I probably wouldn't want to play like Zay and Henry on a non-Lamar team. I mean, I'd go into a Drake London bounce back game. I'd go in on a Tet game. I'd play Debo as well. Who do you like?
I like London or Debo.
All right. Let's do London.
Okay.
I'm buying back in here, man. Let's get that 15 target game again. Washington, nothing special on defense. Let's get it going.
And now the question is, like, what are we gonna do at tight end? Because if Kincaid comes back, you're just gonna stack it, go chalk donk.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm confused right now. Like, I think, like, my brain tells me that, like, you just don't pass on that. Like, it's an ADP value. It's a stack. If Allen goes burr through the air, it's most likely going to involve Kincaid. But then my, like, other, like, masterclass brain is like, don't fall into these stupid patterns, idiot. Go to another game-breaking environment where, like, Laporta breaks the slate for the second highest team total on the slate, or Juwan Johnson on the bring back is what you need to push the game, like that.
I know. Like, I kind of lean Laporta.
All right, let's do Laporta then.
Because here's the reasoning, right? This team will, like Josh Allen will have Kincaid on it a lot.
Yeah.
By ADP, he's probably going to have a lot of Henry. He'll probably fall to the Bijan drafter quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really common. London, I think, is like the biggest question mark. Like, hopefully we get a decent discount or a decent ownership on London, and that kind of helps the uniqueness angle of this team. And Laporta will get a decent one as well. But, like, you're not going to see a ton of Henry, Bijan, Josh Allen teams, I don't think.
I think you might see 0 other ones in the player pool.
Right. and then you add Neighbors to it, and that's rare. But you will have like a Josh Henry Neighbors, Josh Bijan Neighbors. So we're gonna have a lot of friends and family with us.
Right.
But the Laporta, I think, is the separator and helps get us fully. I mean, this team was already unique, but
Cool. Yeah. Kate Otten calling your name. Is that a scroll in the 12 persons?
Yeah.
Things I love to hear from my town. I'm confused right now.
I am. The Kate Otten thesis is in full overdrive. I forgot to mention him in the breakdown of Bucks, but yeah, the thesis is alive and well. There's nobody there.
Any love for a little Chargers scroll at the tight end position there after no Disley last week? I mean, you got to watch the injury report with this one, but like,
how do you put the toothpaste back in the tube with Aronde?
Yeah, I don't.
They've been talking him up all off season. You know, they get him out there and he's incredibly efficient.
Yeah,
I scrolled to him in one dog bowl with Josh Allen, or not Josh Allen, Herbert.
Yeah. That makes sense as a double stack candidate in or like a skinny stack. Don't pick the wide receiver that goes off because every wide receiver for Josh Allen puts up, 10 or something like that. And then you don't need the wide receiver. You just need like 8 and a score. 2 more for a dog bowl. Harb said he's earned more playing time too. That's interesting.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah. GM Ciroc. Good. What's good? GM. I see Football Garage dropping on in.
The Candy Man.
The Candy Man.
Hey.
Need to let him come out of retirement to snatch some chains. That's good.
This dude's yapping.
Hey, which side of this is a fun season-long question? Which side of the equation would you prefer to be on, Kamara or Chase Brown right now? I think I'd still take Chase Brown there.
That's a tough one. I think Chase Brown, but Kamara I think is live to get traded, and if Kamara's traded, you're probably going to want Kamara.
Right. Yeah. What up, Ryan? What up, Yosh? Love when the people say hi. Your boy rolls the 101 in the dog bowl. Nez is in this one as well. Ryan's in this one with us. Crutches is in here. Nick's in here. Dan's in here. Best Ball Viper, the former champion. Rydoc's right beside me. Hawkberg again. Patrick Barnes YouTube, the runner-up last year. This is Sicko's Lobby. I think it's CMC at 1, right? But I could see a roundabout narrative to getting to Puka.
I could too, but it's been CMC for everybody.
All right. CMC it is for your boy. Daddy 34. I'm not sure. Are you in the chat, Daddy? Daddy?
Where's Daddy 34?
Daddy 34. That's you right now with Mello. Daddy 34. A-Ross 213. Oh man, your boy's feeling better today, man. I was dragging ass yesterday, and I still did 4 hours of content there, but I was hurting, and then I think I got it out of my system last night with a couple post game kokanees with the fellas in the locker room.
Go.
You know, that'll shaping you right up. Yeah,
that'll do it. Oh my goodness.
Oh. What did I just tune into? Oh. All right, what do we got here? Practice report stuff from FK Coolers. Fuck Coolers. Agreed. Never set over set. It's awful. Okay, Purdy, limited practice. DNPs for Ricky Pearsall and Jennings. Cursed franchise. Yeah, that's a bad start to the week there, but I think the Jennings one is fine. And I think fine as in we were probably anticipating that. And it's fine with the Pearsall one because they just want to protect him for Jennings' sake. So I think the LP on Purdy is encouraging. I think Jennings and Pearsall are kind of expected. So, yeah. Oh,
Agree with that.
asking if daddy's here. What a great community we have. It's so fun. Man, look at all this green. This eliminator at a dog bowl right here. Holy shit.
I need to get something to distract this kid. He's insane.
You send Mr. Good Boy over there. Oh. Let's see this. JCAM says Travis Hunter cooked on offensive upside. I mean, he's just not playing enough on the offensive side of the ball right now. They got way too much trust in Brenton Strange and Parker Washington right now. Is Charlie Morton actually retiring this week? I saw that. I think he signed back with the Braves, right? And they're going to give him like one more start or something. I didn't know if he was retiring. Speaking of guys retiring who played forever and are kind of sad about it, was Jamie Moyer was in the booth last night for the Mariners broadcast. That was pretty cool. Jamie Moyer's a dog. That guy was so fun. Just lefty thumber. Adam White, let's go. Is that Daddy 34? Is that Daddy 34 right there? Checking out my main BRs and realized I have a Lamar, CMC, Gibbs, Devontae, Zay, Laporta. Holy shit, that's a team. That is a team right there. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be really fun to check out your combos and like what you're rooting for and stuff with this new solver function, guys. It's going to be awesome. Nez took Lamar. I don't know if he willingly took Lamar or if that was an auto pick while he was distracting Mello. Man,
that was on purpose.
Oh, okay. You did make the pick. All right. Yeah, Mr. Good Boy's just chilling, Chris. What's good? I just drafted Max Muncy in the pennant. He's wearing an athletics jersey. That's fucking funny.
That's too bad.
That's good. Wow, Mike's asking about Tatum's comments yesterday. I did not see Tatum's comments yesterday.
Yeah, he's like, I'm rehabbing 6 days a week. I never said I won't come back this season.
Oh, wow. I mean, the thing that's unique about the double dribble comparative to other sports that we play on the platform is like those back end picks that you make are basically zeros anyways, because they can never match like the usage rate for a full week. They can match it for an isolated game, but the way in which basketball scored over the entirety of a week is like 4 games of like that back end pick is probably just not going to matter at all. So like, why not just take Tatum?
I know. That's a fair point.
Man, I'm really tempted to just try and set up like some Herbert stuff by taking Ladd. I think Igbuka's a nice pick too. Man, I'm going to take Ladd. I think it's time to buy into this Ladd week idea. Now, the question is, does Justin Herbert make it back, or does someone on the other side of the board always go Keenan Allen or QJ plus?
You can get Herbert.
You can push it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm playing Kamara then. I think I like Kamara more than Chuba. New England defense has been good against the ground. I think that's a sneaky shootout game potential, but I think I'd rather play it through the air on the Carolina side than through the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and take Kamara and hope those receptions come back to life. He's still playing a shit ton of snaps. He still had like 20 carries 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago he had almost that many?
I think so.
21 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, man.
I can't believe he got 18 against Seattle. He was getting garbage time carries.
Right.
As somebody that was sweating his lower in rushing yards, I was like, why are they doing this?
Why is he out there? Yeah, they're down 30.
Pissing me off.
Yeah. Okay. He also implied he would have beaten.
Did he really?
That's so good. Oh my God, that's good. That's so salty. He's basically leaving the door back for coming back this year. say this. I've heard from the Celtics source they are incredibly happy with how his recovery has gone. Huh.
Interesting.
I mean, these Achilles are going like pretty quick here, man. Like Hallie was at the ESPN event. He came out with McAfee for the WWE ESPN event on Saturday there, and he was like moving pretty well, like no crutches, and like he's moving around and like that sort of deal. Like Dame Lillard was shooting jumpers the other day. Like that was almost
these
3 weeks ago.
These recoveries are improving in recovery time, like very, very quickly. Like I know somebody that got Achilles surgery done by his own brother, who's like a really talented surgeon, who's doing like experimental or like groundbreaking stuff with the surgery. And his brother was cleared in like under 8 months after Achilles surgery to play basketball.
Wow, that's 8 months.
Yeah, it was like I think it was a little short of 8 months to like go out and like play basketball.
Wow. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was pretty quick too.
Like, no one wanted to believe that, but that was real.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh, Hallie and Tatum had the same doctor. That's
and everybody, the funniest part is everybody was like rolling Tatum dead too. They're like, "Oh, his career's over." Like, I can't believe it, man. This is so like, chill out.
Yeah,
chill out. Celtics fans, unbelievable.
Kobe set the standard for that. Coming back.
Going Laporta. Tight end's a disaster, and I think he's got like 2 touchdown upside, or at least a touchdown upside, which could just put you in the conversation. It's tough when Hunter Henry weeks happen, but I was on Hunter Henry. He's like my fourth highest drafted tight end. Mm-hmm. It should have been my week, man. That was annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying, bro. Directly accurate, all those top 50s last week.
Yeah.
Let's make good on this week instead. Chuba for Pittman. I think I'm on the Chuba side of the equation.
Chuba, man. Come on now. That's Chuba all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Chuba. Yeah. Trade Chase for Bucky in redraft. I kind of just don't want to worry about the quarterback situation.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
You'd trade Jamar Chase for Bucky Irving?
Oh, I thought that was Chase Brown.
No. I think that's like Jamar Chase. He's worried about the quarterback situation. If it's Chase Brown, like 100%.
Yeah.
If it's Jamar Chase, I think it's like kind of an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Rydock does here. I love it, let it go, or he could snipe the stack from me. He is a friend of the show and does not snipe the stack from me. CMC, Kamara, and Ladd thus far. I think I'm going to punt the tight end position here. I could see the bull case for taking Henry. Could also do like Henry and May here. That's kind of fun. Could also do Kelsey, as you were saying, Nez, like just the game total, team total, and injuries around him. Like getting Travis Kelsey this late is pretty crazy. One big discrepancy between the ADPs right now that's really cool. I could also Keenan double stack it.
I think a double sounds good.
All right. I was leaving the light on to do like the tight end from the Chargers. What's the name again? I forgot.
Gadsden.
Yeah, like I was leaving the light on there. A little double stack from the Chargers here feels kind of fun. Wonder how many times that's going to be repeated in this contest.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to chase ceiling on a thin wide receiver slate, why not take the 2 like highest usage wide receivers on the highest pass rate over expectation team right now?
Never thought of that.
I'm not truly a proponent of double stacking in the dog bowl, and if I do, I usually prefer to knock off my tight end position with the double stack than I do 2 wide receiver positions. But man, they've constantly gone double digits. Like maybe this is like a cash line team with a move like this. But I don't know. If they both find pay dirt and it's a low scoring wide receiver slate, you could do worse.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Yeah.
If the Giants can push them, that's gonna that'll play a huge impact because like they don't pass a lot in the raw, but when it's over expectation, they do still, but it's not like
Yeah.
overall they pass a ton. It's just in neutral game scripts they do.
Right. Yeah. Very interesting to see Dalton Kincaid as tight end 3 on the other contests, and then to see him as tight end 7 in the Dog Bowl. Like just the push pull effect of people stacking with Josh Allen.
Yeah, they know that they can push it in dog bowl because nobody's taking a tight end before round round 5 or 6 if it's not a top 3 tight end.
Right.
So that's really the dynamics there.
That Debo and Jaden Daniels stack in the middle there. I mean, I'm not sure how much room there is for Daniels to rise, but he would definitely be QB4 on this slate, I would think, if he was 100%. So, like, maybe that gets a little more expensive if he does end up playing this week. Interesting. Best Ball Viper does like a Buffalo double stack, but without Josh Allen. I think that's
He
a
do
little thin.
what he do Kincaid and Keon.
Eon, yeah.
Hey man, you don't question Viper.
No, I wouldn't ever question Viper, but I just think like I look at that and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't do that. So I'm interested when he does it.
Yeah, I wonder who will his quarterback be because it's going to be unstacked.
Yeah.
Dart maybe.
Um. Yeah, I don't know. Do you play like Spencer Rattler on the other side or something? Like you've bet so heavily on that game environment. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
now
don't know either.
I see what you mean about that Judkins ADP, like 22 in this one.
Yeah, like I would take Chuba over Judkins.
I think that's fair. Judkins kind of just like the mystery box right now. Like,
Yeah, he's definitely like has an awesome role, but just not like he just isn't getting any targets, I don't think.
yeah. Yeah, Justin, we talked about this one a little bit about an hour ago about the Flacco plus Judy or Flacco plus the tight ends are free in dog bowl. Like if they're down 21 and they're forced to the air, like can we get it home? I don't know. I still don't think this is the week for it though. I think we're more likely to see Dylan Gabriel play football this weekend than we are to see Joe Flacco win a dog bowl seat.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nick, unfortunately, I sniped. Oh no, he has Rome, so it's okay. But DJ Moore in the 6th round, you don't see that very often.
I was just about to say to you that I just literally had an audible wow, like one of those, like, oh yeah, that does look rare.
Yeah, that's not something I've seen a lot.
Also noteworthy that Loveland, when we were talking about Chicago, like Loveland has the Q tag early in the week too. I mean, he's not factoring in greatly, but we're all kind of waiting for like when will Loveland have that breakout game? And if he's hurt, it's even considerably less likely to come. So, makes DJ Moore like just more condensing of the target tree with the DJ Moore and Rome stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Komet becomes an awesome pick too if Loveland if he doesn't practice Thursday, I think it's basically wheels up for Komet.
Okay.
But yeah, I think taking Komet is not good, but like I do still think that's wheels up Komet.
Man, I don't know what to do here. Like Goddard or Andrews. Like Andrews falling to the very last
Wow.
pick. Like I think I just got to click it, man. I'm a little scared about the likely stuff coming back, but like this guy just got all the design work in the world for him and scored 24 fantasy points, and I'm just going to get him in the last round. Like, I guess.
Yeah, that's easy.
Triple stack, Herbert? No way. DJ Moore, the running back? Nice. I mean, it's crazy that he's getting those there, like those design touches and stuff.
Yeah, I'd call that a boost.
Let's do Yeah, Colin, roll it back, man. We talked about Jaden Daniels and the situation right up the top there. Like just the unique dynamic of the Q tag. Nez doesn't really trust it as much as I trust it at 90%. Also, if they're going to be missing Terry, it doesn't look that great. But like if he's going to be only 80% owned in the 6-persons, like methinks I'm going to slam a little bit. Like I've been doing it through my first 10.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is a tough trade. DK and Javonte Williams for BTJ and Travion. So like the bet on like seeing it versus the guys we've seen it from. That's crazy. That's a tough one. I don't have a good answer.
Oh wow, that is tough. I think I go BTJ Henderson just because I think the ceiling is better.
Yeah, I think that definitely what your team needs. Bobby's got a revised one. Jamar Chase and ETN for Bucky and Benson. That's like capitalizing on peak Benson steam right now, but that could be great.
Yeah, if they don't trade for anybody, Benson's a smash.
Yeah.
And I don't think they will. It'd be weird if they did trade for somebody because they're not that good.
I don't know. They're 2-1. And they lost at the buzzer. They could have been 3-0. Like sneakiest 3-0 team ever where they were actually bad, but they were somehow good.
They suck, man.
They do.
They suck.
Same old Cardinals. Defense a little bit better.
Yeah.
Man, I don't have any good answers for those ones, guys.
I just traded in a full PPR.
Yeah.
And this is the most stacked team ever in a 12-team league. It's so these guys think that I'm like god of fantasy because they know I do the content. And there's another guy in there who's like, has like some, he knows a lot of football. And I drafted Bill, and he was like, I don't even know who Bill is. And I was scouted rookies, and I'm like, you're gonna learn soon. But I traded my Javonte for Zay Flowers.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd do that. That seems good.
That felt good. And then I traded away Bill and Juwan Johnson for Trey Benson to a guy. So I'm cooking.
Ooh.
I'm cooking over there, man. 12-team league. It's easily my best team though, like not even close. And so like they just think that I'm just like, it's so funny. It's great to like be feared in a league. It's the best. They're just like, dude, AJ just cooking. Like his team is nuts.
He's the best, man. Why do we play in the league with this guy?
I have a good track record in this league too, so that's what helps. But it's just so funny when I'm just clearly just like running super hot, but they just think that it's just like I could have done this 100 times.
Right? Yeah, they're like, oh, then we should have expected this.
Yeah.
What did you expect when we invited Nez to the league? Nez, let's break it down here and call it a show. The definitive preview. Justin Herbert double stack for your boy. I roll the 1-0-1 and take CMC. Alvin Kamara, a little bit of a bounce back spot. Hopefully those targets per route run jump back up there in a shootout kind of game environment. Then the Justin Herbert double stack where they just lay it on thick against the Giants. Honestly, not sure if I love that or not. And then Mark Andrews falls all the way back. I don't know. Tight end's just so high variance. And if Isaiah Likely doesn't go again, why not just take like the third highest team total on the slate tight end? But admittedly, don't love it. I think it's a little closer to the sucks than the fucks. But if Chargers go Burr, this team go Burr.
Hey, that kind of goes the same for me as well because I have Amari Hampton and Quentin Johnston on this team with not with your quarterback, but with Lamar Jackson, with Zay Flowers and Sam Laporta and DJ Moore. I really like my team. I feel really good about mine. They're all high projecting players, high ceiling players. The Lamar stack feels good. And I like Laporta as the tight end you need this week. Your team, though, I think is good. I do like Chargers against Giants. Like I think the Chargers, the aggressiveness that they showed is good. Yeah. There's a chance that Jackson Dart has himself a game, which would be shocking. You have CMC, which is always a boost. Cheap Mark Andrews. And Kamara can easily have an awesome game. We know what is in his range of outcomes for usage. Just need to see the results there. Yeah, I mean, your team is nice because like CMC is no sweat, and then if Justin Herbert hits, like, yeah, you got yourself a sweat.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, okay. That DJ Moore price tag you got's pretty nice too. That's good. We see the Worthy pick go in this one. We see the Purdy double stack there with the guys not practicing from crutches. So just trying to ape on like some potential closing line in the future here when the practice report stuff breaks correctly, if it does break. Yeah, good teams, guys. Fun show just in general. Guys, go check out the Solver Draft Assist there. Go check out Unabated. I'll drop the link in the chat there for the Draft Assist. This new update, if you guys did not see at the top of the show there, roll the tape back, man. This new update is no jokes, no hyperbole, a fucking game changer out here. It is truly sick for mapping out combos and stuff. Yeah. Guys, do us a favor, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell on the way out the door. We still got like 340 of us watching. So you guys clearly kind of somewhat enjoy us. So that's nice to see. Thank you. Yeah, Nez, any parting words for the people?
No, let me ask Mello if he has anything left to say. You got anything to say?
The first time all show he hasn't had anything to say.
Of course. Of course. No, I will see you in the Dog Bowl streets. If that's where you choose to be, I will be there. So yeah. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Fun little primetime palooza.
Yeah.
With 3 games. And then are you here Friday? Is this your first Friday back?
We're fucking back, baby. We're back. Off and on the clock, 3 men. So we'll break down this slate again. We'll talk about some of the plays, some of the sneaky scrolls, all that sort of stuff. That's kind of why we didn't do a position by position thing on this one and did it game by game. Like to keep those 2 shows slightly different for the people.
Let's cook.
Let's cook. All right, same time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do the Primetime Palooza slate there and probably just chat some other general stuff. Also thinking about one behind closed doors right now, Nez, to do like a reboot of the Solver series to like go through our best ball portfolios and teams we like and positions we have. It might be a little too early in the season for it right now. Maybe we'll wait a week or two, but I think that'd be a fun idea for the people too.
I like that idea. I like an excuse to look at my teams. I've got a bunch of them, so could be fun to revisit.
Yeah, could be fun. Oh shoot. All right, guys. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace. Hit the like and subscribe.